Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're the show that takes a whole stack of sources and really digs in to find those surprising bits of knowledge that help you get truly well-informed.
That's us.
So today, we've got something pretty intense. We're starting with, a classic college scene, a big snowball fight, all very lighthearted.
Right.
But then, almost instantly, it flips. We're plunged into this underground boxing match, super high stakes, and from there, it just spirals into this terrifying, actual life or death situation.
Yeah, it's quite a ride. Our whole deep dive today comes from excerpts of just one source, but it's incredibly gripping. It basically dropped you right onto this campus. Spring break's about to start. Everything feels kind of normal.
Yeah, normal, yeah.
And then, boom, total chaos.
Right.
It's a really powerful look at how fast things can go sideways and, what that reveals about people.
Exactly. So our mission here isn't just to recount the events, like this happened, then this happened. We want to unpack it. Look at the relationships between the characters, the tension that's kind of building underneath everything, and then that mix of incredible bravery and just sheer terror that comes out when it all goes wrong.
Yeah.
What does that kind of pressure really show us about, like, human bonds?
Let's do it. So the story opens, and for a moment, campus life seems settled. There were some past incidents, right? These underground fights at Eastern University, police got involved.
Okay.
But the narrative says rumors had died down, glances had ceased, and life had resumed its normal course. Even Adam, who's kind of behind these fights, was keeping a low profile. It's almost like a false calm.
Yeah, a deceptive calm. That's a good way to put it. And that makes the next scene even more vivid, right? Because underneath this quiet, there's this huge buzz. Spring break is coming.
Everyone's excited.
Totally. And it leads to this massive snowball fight out on the lawn. The description's great. Girls screaming. The baseball team just strafed them with balls. It paints this picture of just pure, chaotic, youthful energy.
It really does.
And it's that exact picture of, normal fun that's about to get completely shattered. Makes the shift feel even more jarring, don't you think?
Oh, absolutely. It sets up the contrast perfectly. And right in the middle of this typical college scene, we meet some key players and see their relationships. There's the protagonist, Travis calls her Poulette.
Right.
And he's super protective, tells her they won't aim for you. They know who they're dealing with. But it's not just protective, it's also really affectionate. He hugs her, kisses her, even picks her up while kissing her.
Wow, okay.
Yeah. And what's really interesting is how central this relationship is to his focus. He actually says later, when you're not here, I can't concentrate. If you're here and I see you, I can stay on target. It's kind of crazy, he admits, but that's how it is for him.
The dependency is really something, isn't it? It's not just affection, it's structural for him.
Exactly. And then moving on, we get another couple. America and Shepley. America's really nervous about meeting Shepley's parents, her impending in-laws. Apparently she has these famous meltdowns, but Shepley's great, really supportive, tells her they're going to adore you, love you like I love you. But there's this shadow hanging over him, some past incident at a place called Hellerton.
Okay.
Yeah, and even though the protagonist tries to tell him it's okay, Travis still blames him for it, and Shepley clearly carries that guilt.
So there's that complex layer too, external pressures, past guilt, even within what seems like a solid relationship.
Yeah.
What does that add, do you think?
Well, it shows that even the good relationships have baggage, right? It's not just about them. It's about history and how they reassure each other. And then there's this quick perspective from another character, Brazil.
Oh, yeah.
He's apparently just baffled by America and Shepley being so serious.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny, actually. It just highlights how young they all are, that skepticism about commitment. A little moment of lightness before things get heavy.
It's amazing how all these, normal college interactions and relationships are simmering right below something much darker. Because all this normalcy is really just setting the stage, especially with Travis's upcoming fight. This isn't just for kicks. It's his last fight of the year, and he needs the money.
Desperately.
He's trying to pay the rent for 8 months, cover summer, next semester. It's a really stark reminder that for some students, college isn't just parties and classes, it's about survival. These personal battles are, life-altering.
Precisely. And the guy he's fighting, John Savage, he's an aspiring pro. The source calls him talented, but also different.
Different how?
Well, he studies Travis analytically, which suggests skill, but then the look in his eyes is described as devoid of reason. It makes him sound more dangerous, maybe more unpredictable than the usual opponents.
Okay, that's ominous. And the location for this fight doesn't help, right? The Keaton building?
Not at all. It sounds terrible. It's the oldest construction on campus. They've had fights there before, but the protagonist didn't much please her. Even Travis apparently grumbled it was one of Adam's worst ideas.
Adam again. So why was it so bad?
Well, it was under renovation, full of stored furniture, so there was less space. The crowd was going to be more compact than usual. And it was dark, just lit by these lanterns with a flickering halo.
Wow. It just screams bad idea. Like the setting itself is foreshadowing something awful.
It really does. It points to Adam's bad judgment, which, becomes a huge factor later. And Travis insists the protagonist be there for his focus.
That dependency again.
Right. But he knows it's dangerous, so he puts her safety entirely on his brother, Trent. He makes this urgent call, basically says, I need you to keep an eye on Poulette last time. Yeah, I handled it. You feel the desperation there. His trust in Trent is absolute.
So the fight's about to happen. How did they even get into this place?
Clandestinely, of course. Through an open basement vent, like a trap door. It's a tight squeeze. Trent apparently doubted she could even fit.
Seriously?
Yeah, but Adam expected a lot of people in that tiny basement, so this was the way in. Just adds to the whole claustrophobic, unsafe feeling right from the start.
Definitely sets a tone.
It really does. And Travis, he's nervous, which seems rare for him. But the moment Trent shows up, he visibly relaxes. Shows you how much he leans on his brother.
Yeah.
And his last words to the protagonist before the fight are intense. I need you there. I need you. And then, I love you. Right before stepping into this brutal fight. Lots of emotion.
Okay, so the fight starts. How's it described?
Intense. Brutal. Efficient. Savage has this unique style, almost choreographed, but with pure power behind his hits.
But the protagonist, she has a bad feeling.
Yeah.
But not about the fight itself.
Exactly. That's what's so interesting. Her bad feeling is specifically about the location, the Keaton building. It's like this gut instinct about the environment, not the opponent.
And her gut instinct turns out to be terrifyingly right.
Tragically, yes. It shows that sometimes the real danger isn't the obvious thing. The fire starts so fast, so randomly. A lantern in the corner, dangerously flickering.
Oh, no.
It was leaking fluid onto a tarp. The lantern falls, breaks, and the tarp just immediately caught fire. Just like that, control gone.
And then chaos.
Instant chaos. Black smoke rose, invaded the entire room, then sheer panic, everyone rushing for an exit. And in that surge, the protagonist and Travis are separated, gone.
Terrifying.
Yeah.
So the fight's danger is instantly replaced by this inferno.
Completely. It shifts from controlled violence to just pure survival.
But the protagonist, she steps up.
Amazingly, yes. Amidst the panic, Trent is freaking out, understandably, but she keeps her head. She remembers how they came in. She yells at him, we can't get out that way. We have to go back the way we came.
She overrides his panic.
Yeah, her quick thinking and memory under that pressure, it's remarkable. Her persistence basically guides them.
That's incredible presence of mind.
It really is, and the struggle is just visceral. The smoke, burning eyes, they're pushing through darkness, people are doubting her, but she keeps going, knows the way.
And she's physically fighting to get out.
Oh yeah. She finds the escape grate they came through, pushes a desk underneath it. She's forcing until her nails tore off, hands bleeding, kicking the glass panel in the grate with her shoe. You hear sirens in the distance. The narrative says it perfectly. Survival instinct then took over. Just raw will to live.
Wow, just pushing past pain, past fear.
And then, just as things seem utterly desperate, Travis appears.
He finds her.
Yeah, he comes staggering, black with soot.
Yeah.
His voice is raw, tired. First thing he asks is about Trent. But then he sees the situation, acts decisively, punches out the rest of the class.
With his bare hand, after fighting.
Yeah, just pure power, pure adrenaline probably. And he pulls her out. Into the cold night air, a moment of escape, but yeah.
But the relief must have been so short-lived.
Agonizingly brief. The second they're out, it's frantic searching. Travis is just screaming his brother's name again and again, looking through the survivors.
And checking his phone?
Right, checks the phone. Not a single missed call. That detail is just gut-wrenching. It ramps up the dread instantly. And then the grim reality hits. Firefighters start bringing out bodies, and it becomes clear, just horribly clear, that the number of dead far outweighs the number of survivors.
Oh, God.
Travis just collapses, falls to his knees, repeating, he didn't make it, Poulette, he didn't make it. Just pure, raw despair. The cost of that fire, immediate and devastating.
And Adam shows up then, the organizer.
Yeah, Adam appears looking totally shocked, and he asks about Trent. Where's Trent? Which just twists the knife, adds to the tension, especially since he chose that death trap venue.
Unbelievable. How does the protagonist handle Travis's grief?
She tries to comfort him, saying Trent's resourceful, maybe he found another way out. But the text says she's struggling to convince herself, even as she says it, that awful feeling of trying to hope against hope.
While Travis is just crushed by guilt.
Completely. His sorrow is overwhelming. He says it wasn't supposed to happen. He never should have been here. That immediate crushing weight of survivor's guilt. Just awful.
Wow. This deep dive, it really hammered home the power of those connections, that loyalty, especially under pressure. But also how random disaster can be and how resilient people can be, even terrified.
Definitely. And it leaves you thinking, doesn't it? Even with all that bravery, that quick thinking from the protagonist, someone else's bad decision or just a random accident with the lantern,
Yeah.
it can still lead to irreversible tragedy. It makes you wonder about control, you know? How much do we really have in chaos? And do people possibly deal with that burden of what if when something like this happened?
That's a heavy thought to end on. How do you grapple with that? A lot to mull over.